It's amazing how quickly things can change. Just 2 years ago, I was in my home in Bradford and I saw an ad on Facebook for a YouTube course where we could join a group, and for the sake of a few dollars, I think it was $50 or $60, I can't remember the details now, but for a few dollars we could join a small group with a host called Matt, and he would guide us through the idea of starting our own YouTube channel and creating 10 pieces of content over the 5 weeks of the course. There were about a dozen of us, maybe 14 people who took part in the course, and we started. My first video I launched on the 20th of September, about 10 days after joining the course, joining the little regular workshop, which was 2 Zoom calls a week over the course of the 6 weeks that it would take us to get our videos done. I was really scared. I was worried that I would never be able to talk to camera, to find ideas for subjects to discuss and to share and to express my own ideas and my own opinions about. But here we are, 2 years later, living in a completely different place, just being able to enjoy my writing activity as an author, but also to know that I have not one but actually 2 YouTube channels. One of those is very soon to break the 4,000 watch hour requirement that is needed by YouTube, and already has 1,500 subscribers, and I love that channel. And 6 months ago that channel didn't even exist. The 2 channels, the Nick Sturgeon Books and the other nameless channel, both came out of that small course with Matt Ragland, and I'm still in regular contact with 2 of the other participants. One who we know as I Am Tor, and the other is Tish Bouvier. Tish and I regularly talk and swap ideas, and it's a pleasure to take part as an author amongst a group of other authors in her regular Write With Me sessions here on YouTube. So look for Tish Bouvier. The idea that we can start something new and not really know where it's going to take us, but to discover that somewhere along the journey, 6 weeks, 6 months, in my case now, almost exactly 2 years to the day since I signed up for that little short workshop, that short course, here we are, living in a very different place and with 2 YouTube channels. So if you're scared, if you're worried, if you're not sure what you can do, what you might be able to accomplish, I would encourage you to grab pen and paper and just take the time to think, how could my life be different? What might I like to do that is somewhere away from where I am right now? Not just physically, but emotionally, financially. What is it that might put you in a different place here, as well as in terms of bricks and mortar, to put you somewhere where you feel happier, where you can feel more expressive, more creative, and at a point where it's possible for you to think, this is who I have always wanted to be, but I needed to find the right route. I needed to find or create or define a plan that would take me to the place that I wanted to be. It's encouraging for me, and I hope for you as well, to think that we can get to a different place, that we can find new outlets for our expression, for our creativity. Damn it. I'm going to continue. There's a dog barking outside, but what the hell. What is it that you want to do differently? In terms of lifestyle or the space and the environment you live in, how might you see things in a way that are not what they are now, but that something better, something different is out there for you, and how might you claim that? I think that the biggest fear I had 2 years ago when I signed up for and enrolled in the course was I didn't know what I would have to say. I didn't have a voice, and I think just doing the short course with Matt allowed me to think, okay, I have got things I want to say. They're my ideas, they're my perspectives. They don't have to be radically different from those of somebody else, but the fact that you have a sense of or an idea of what makes you tick, what allows you to be enthusiastic about those things which excite you and bring passion into your life. That's enough to start a YouTube channel. That's enough to put together an e-newsletter, or to write an ebook, or to put stories together from scratch that have been mulling around in your head for ages, and bring those to reality, bring those to a point of fruition where those ideas are born into something new, created into something that is fresh and exciting for you. But nothing happens without action. My first step was to get out my debit card and pay for the course. The second step was to think, okay, we're being asked to produce 2 videos a week and upload them to this thing called YouTube. Of course, I knew what, and so other members of the group knew what YouTube was, because we were watching content there. But the idea of creating our own channel, building something from scratch that would allow us to express the things we wanted to talk about, that has been a major miracle for me. And as I said earlier, I don't just have this Nick Sturgeon Books channel, but I now have the Faces channel, which is far larger and has a completely different function and a totally different audience. What amazes me is that today, 2 years after I started recording quirky little 4, 5, 6 minute videos about writing life and the creation of books, and just having the courage to pick up your pen and put words on paper or type something onto screen, the fact that that now has 250 followers is amazing. It seems only like yesterday that I was thinking, will I ever get to 10? And of course, it's no secret that of those 10, 3 or 4 of those came from other people who were in that Start Your Own YouTube Channel course for those 6 weeks. But it is amazing to see progress. And I think one of the biggest things I've learned from taking part in that program and deciding that I wanted to reach out for change and draw change and different benefits and rewards towards me was the decision that if I wanted something, I had to take a step. I had to move into a place of action and activity. For anything to happen, we need to get into action. For you to achieve and to step closer towards your goals and those things which are hugely important to you, what do you have to do? You have to take action. For me, that action meant setting up my camera, putting it on a little tripod like I've got here in front of me on the table in the living room, meant hitting record and sharing the ideas that I'd made some notes about. And 2 years on, that hasn't changed. To create content, to write a book, to launch a blog, to create an e-newsletter, you do have to start. You have to write or speak or record or bring your ideas into a place where you can then make sense of them and share those ideas with your audience. And you can, with regular content and activity and focus, you can create something that is brand new, which was not there previously. Previously there was nothing, and now you've created something that has size and scale and form, and to which you can continue to deliver. So if you're scared, get started. If you don't know what you want to develop your idea into, start, and your own internal feedback will say to you, that was good, that made me happy, this didn't allow me to express myself in the way I had expected. But what you can do is you can learn again and again and again. You don't have to repeat the same process or continue making silly little mistakes. You can find yourself on track and excited about what you want to create. If there is something missing from your life right now, write it down, ask yourself about it. Ask yourself, why do I think this would benefit me? How do I think this new activity attracted into my life or created directly by myself, how might I benefit from that? What new positive values will come from that support my character, that support my well-being, that support my desire to move forward into this new activity and into this new area of things which excite me, motivate me, and call me to action. If you're scared, get started. If you're nervous, get started. You will only regret next week not having started this week. So get started and get active with making new change come about in your life to create something which you can enjoy and be proud of and be excited about. I wish you all the best. Get started and do it soon.